CS 101, you learn the basic foundations of research for where to find information and how to evaluate it. If you need to review any of this information, you can do so on the Foundations of Research guide at any time. As you do more research, understanding more about discerning source types will enhance these foundational skills. The first enhancement is using reference databases. Instead of only looking for definitions or background info in encyclopedias by limiting one's search results to reference, you can go directly into one of the reference databases for more targeted information. The Encyclopedia Britannica database will give you summaries of historical and social topics and concepts. Encyclopedia Britannica also appears in Google results, but if you don't enter through the databases link, you won't always see the full text. The Credo reference database will give you subject-specific encyclopedia articles. This is like getting insider background instead of only general knowledge. Learn how to read the results so you know the title of the entry versus the title of the encyclopedia it is in. You can also use the word count of an entry to help you choose an article. Don't forget that the bibliography at the end of an encyclopedia entry is a goldmine of further sources you can use for evidence. Sometimes your topic is not in any encyclopedia, either because it is new or obscure. It's fine to look for an overview online at that point. Here's an overview of food waste on college campuses. But before we take this info at face value, let's ask the 3 evaluation questions. First, what is it? There isn't a Wikipedia article or even other websites commenting on this website, but we do see from a Google search that it is a for-profit company. At this point, it's okay to look at the About Us to get some more information. This confirms that they do have a motivation to sell a product. However, if we investigate what does it really say, we see that the information about food waste isn't connected to selling their own services. And while many of the claims are not cited, some claims are. So this is a company website. We care because it gives us the overview we needed, and what it really says doesn't seem to be motivated by money, although the claims are only loosely supported. It's okay to use this to get started, but not for anything else. The second enhancement is noticing when you need a book source rather than an article source. If you find yourself scrolling through the results in ProQuest Central, wishing that somebody would dig more in depth into a topic, or wishing that someone would pull all these study results together and analyze them as a whole, then you need to stop looking at articles and start looking for books. Oftentimes, students will not consider using a book because they don't have time to read the whole thing. But you don't have to do that. You can read the one section that applies to you. And while you may want to answer the question of what is it with simply, it's a book, there is more to this answer. Are you interested in a scholarly example of how people were writing about racism in the 1990s? Then this book on the topic, published in 1997 by the scholar Jody Armour, is a good fit for you. If instead you wanted a personal explanation of how racism affects someone currently, then this book from 2017 by Hanif Federakib is a good fit. Books do take a solid amount of time to research, write, and publish. But don't assume that there are no books on a topic that is of current interest. There probably are. And don't be too prejudiced about a book that may be older than the past couple years. A 20-year-old book on Latin American immigration policies is probably too old, but a 20-year-old book on Charles Dickens is probably fine.